Hey guys, we're back a little bit earlier than expected, but that's okay. Actually, I'm on the wrong scene. We should be on the in-game scene. There we go. Because we have a brand new best of 3 kicking off right away. This one is going to be some names that I think are a little bit more recognizable than the previous two, but we'll see how this plays out. Don't know if he's playing from the studios once again or if he plans to do any more casting, but he did last week, so hell, good luck to him this week. In the top left, it's going to be the red Protoss Stork.
In the bottom left, as the blue Zerg, he is Pets, the 12th pool.
On a 4-player spawn map.
It's risky.
It's a bold move, Cotton. See if it pays off.
Luckily, he gets the first Overlord to the correct base, which I think might time out seeing the pylon by the time his lings are like running to the middle of the map, basically, which is good enough. So as long as they're not going over to the wrong base entirely, it should be good. And Stork is going for a Nexus first, so awkward.
I think that Stork, on one hand, he's like one of the most experienced veteran players. On the other, man, he makes a lot of silly mistakes. I'm hoping that when it comes to this defense, we don't see any of those silly mistakes though, because like this, if these 6 lings kill this pylon, that's maybe even gonna be game.
Right, but this is pretty important right here. His probes saw those lings. So what's interesting is that, well, it seems like if you go economic, it's bad. If you can actually just barely get enough minerals, Frost has the smaller wall up, but you already have a pylon down to do so. Otherwise, you might be caught just, you know, losing a pylon and then getting your main attack. Oh my god!
He can still chip through these walls. I love that he goes through the building that can't be canceled, by the way. This is going to be really annoying. Stork's going to build another layer of buildings behind this. There's no doubt that this gateway should die. So, you know, whether it's, I mean, Cybercore's later for it too, right? And the Adept's not going to be starting soon to shoot over the wall. Probes are actually getting pulled to deal with this. These lings could just back away and play Ring Around the Rosie with the probes, but he's going for the gateway kill. No Zealot! It doesn't come out!
Well, that might be game-ending damage then.
Oh my god.
Probably.
Oh my god. Collecting up real quick. We apparently don't have any mods on. Feels bad.
He actually, if he loses 4 more probes, basically the ones that are weak right now, it's probably too much damage. But
it's still going to be an issue for a lot of different reasons. One of them is these lings just going to run in, run out, run in, run out. Losing a lot of mining. Cybercore later. Barely has enough gas for the mothership core when it spawns, much less start warp tech. I mean, Pet's really screwed this up for a lot of... In fact, he goes for a soccer instead. If there was a big ling follow-up to this, I think Pet would have overwhelmed and won the game. But regardless, at the very bare minimum, he evens up the worker count, gets a small lead now, his own natural base looks fantastic, and he should be fine for it. Stork will be playing this game from behind.
it really isn't as bad as it could have been, but it also could have been a little bit better. Like, imagine if the Zealot had been out. Maybe actually saves the gateway, which would have been helpful, but at least he doesn't lose as many probes, and that probably would have been a lead then, too. Because one of the other things that can happen with, like, early pools or Ling attacks is that you lose the gateway timing, or warp gate timing, sorry. And in this case, he didn't lose the warp gate timing. He built the Cybernetics core before the gateway fell, and he just, you know, puts his 50 gas into it. Doesn't bother the mothership right now, which is a little bit dangerous, but, you know, he's kind of banking on the fact that Pet's not following up with the 2-base speedling all in, and luckily he's correct.
I'm still worried about the mothership core being prioritized so late. It's a sacrifice he has to make due to the gas and everything being pulled off and losing that mining. But by jumping forward to the Twilight Council, rushing out was even like maybe a Dark Shrine or Resonating Glaives. All of this would leave him so vulnerable if Pet was all inning. I mean, he's not, and thank God. Stork maybe reads or flips the coin. I don't know which, but regardless, no big all-in actually coming yet. But as the Lings are starting to get made, drones look like they may have been cut. This is a supply block right now, so we'll find out in a second whether that's going to be the case or not.
Oh, feels bad. Actually, getting a stalker like this is so old. It felt like Stork.
It was so old my dinosaur laughed.
Stork's kind of old, am I right? But no, it's like one of those things where he saw the Overlord and saw an opportunity, and he's not wrong. Like, the stalkers also chase down the slow Lings very easily, but to move out like on the map like that, that's like old school gasless Zerg builds where you can take advantage of it, and well, most Zerg builds are not gasless anymore.
I actually like that he's taking it on the rocks. He can waste his time with the Adepts up here and maybe get nothing done for it. But this opens up better engagement opportunities in the follow-up if he's able to knock those down. It's, again, better than not using your lings at all.
Yeah.
But this, finally, the mothership core's out. There's going to be an overcharge. We're going to have resonating glaives here shortly, and the robo attack, of course, is a little bit later. And, uh-oh. Are you feeling this lag again?
No?
Cool, so maybe we should swap who's streaming today. Because, I'm getting no drop frames. I'm experiencing no lag with you on Skype. But if this is going to keep happening, this is really going to kill the viewer experience.
Oh.
The 1 FPS feels good, man.
Well, I certainly can. Maybe you should just try restarting client and then we'll switch. I don't know.
Yeah, after this, I'll restart my client. We'll give it one more game. But this has happened twice in a row now, and I got to say, that's pretty... Like, there's no reason for my ping to spike like this if I'm not lagging.
Yeah, you're right. Actually, since we have a little bit of time... Since I was playing, actually, I saw you were watching the stream, and then BattleNet went down. At first, it was like supreme lag for me, but I had other people saying like, "Oh, BattleNet's fine. I'm on WoW. BattleNet's fine. I'm playing StarCraft 2." And then like 30 seconds later, nope. Wait a minute, BattleNet's down. But it's been more than 30 seconds. Clearly, BattleNet's not going down. You're just unlucky. You've been chosen for today. You're the lottery winner.
Winner in the air quotes.
Did you read the lottery when you were in high school?
No, is that where like somebody would get killed or whatever? Because I've heard variations of that since then. Yeah,
there's a bunch of different, like, it's probably like one of the Twilight Zone episodes too, but the lottery is when they get chosen for a lottery and they get stoned to death because they have to have the perfect number of people in their village for reasons. Otherwise, I think there's going to be typhoons and shit. So anyway,
superstition, nice.
Yeah. So the game I really feel is not so bad for Stork. It's not so bad for Pet either. I mean, it kind of looks like a normal PvZ, except that Stork's third base would be pretty late if it was really a normal one. His DT's on top of that Spore Crawler though, and that wasn't supposed to happen. He does have an Overseer though, but it's just it's annoying because you gotta have leave an Overseer over there now. The DTs get out, and if you don't, if you F2 those Overseers.
Look, it just sometimes it's easier, okay? When you're playing, like, God, get off.
Zerg all the time. Just see me playing some ZVZ, but it is going to be a potential opening here for Stork to get a good number of kills whenever Pet moves out in the map. Not paying attention to his natural. That's when the DTs come back in. Honestly, not even DTs. Adepts right now could be very useful because they really should have a Spore Crawler on that ledge in these positions.
Yeah, I think the Adepts would be more annoying, to be honest, too.
With their range and their upgrades and their...
Well, it's just, DTs are really easy to catch. Once you catch them, they're caught. Adepts are so slippery. You're like, gotcha! And then, nope, I'm over here.
That's what I mean. Yeah, what you mean. This is a pretty sizable attack. Pet has cut drones right now. He's not at a perfect amount. He's not at a bad count either, but, 3 base 58 drones. Not exactly perfect with a, long macro game in mind. And Stork only has, like, a handful of units, and they're not even well upgraded quite yet. +1's not done, charge isn't done. Probably want to turn those DTs into Archons. He's not going to be typing all the Overseers with no anti-air. But he's not thought of that yet. All charge still not done. He's running out of force fields. The Immortals are jumping through those roaches here, but he needs a warp in of charge. Let's take care of the Ravagers.
Yeah, unfortunately, Immortals don't deal bonus damage to Ravagers, so not a problem here trading out. As the Zealots come in too, you just sort of kite them around. They don't have charge after all. I definitely could see him holding that. Given a couple of different things, a little bit faster on the charge, more pylons in the middle of the attacking area. Clarity, I just want to say I meant that it's on cooldown, but anyways.
Yeah, I didn't really mean it. Did the DTs become Archons, or even the Warp Prism staying alive and coming back home, because they had to lie just to come back home, means he can micro the Immortals. Like, there's actually
I don't know.
a lot of chances of him winning, but it's all gone now.
Yeah, this is a little bit too much damage. GG gets called, and Pet takes the first game. This best of 3.
Cheesy little son of a gun.
So I really don't think restarting the client's gonna fix this, considering how this used to happen. So I don't know what's causing it, but let's just swap who's streaming. I think it'll make it easier. So stream, there's gonna be a bit of downtime here while we get swapped over. Give us a moment. When we come back, it'll be ZombieRub streaming, and hopefully we won't have these weird FPS issues for you guys to experience. So yeah. Yeah, it should
Isn't
be.
awkward.
So, again, to explain, it's no lag on XSplit, no lag on Twitch, no lag on Skype, but Battle.net lag for me. And it's probably going to persist as we continue casting. So, Zombie giving you her point of view will probably make it a little bit easier. I'm wondering, though, do you want me to still observe, or are you going to observe?
I'm fine observing. You can take a chill pill.
Put my
It's
camera on
usually
your
said
side.
in an aggressive way, which is not what I meant it.
Take a chill pill, bro.
Yeah. It's a nice way of saying that.
I don't know.
Vacay. Take a
Take a
Kit Kat
Vicodin.
break.
Take a Kit Kat break? Okay.
Give me a break. What's
Yeah.
better, that commercial or the Mentos commercial?
Give me a break. Mentos had like a way catchier thing, I think, though.
What the hell? Oh, what? The event? Browse. Ventless broke. Oh, well, rip. It's weird.
The donation thing did too. The API got reset. I know what you're talking about. You have to paste in the addresses from Twitch alerts.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll do that after, and I have a bare bones flipping thing.
It doesn't matter what comes, fresh goes better with life. With Mentos fresh and full of life.
That's true. I need a
Nothing gets to
Mentos right
you.
now.
Staying fresh, staying cool.
Yo, those fruity Mentos were delicious too.
They
Anyway.
were. Agreed.
It's game number 2, and at the bottom left as the red Protoss down 1, he is Stork.
Now I got the Mentos song stuck in my head all over again. Bottom right side, it's going to be the blue Zerg Pets. Winning 1-0 presently.
Yeah, okay. What is in the spawning pool? Oh, it's like a heart? What?
I think
The
it's just
drone?
I think it's just the bottom of the spawning pool, homie.
No. It looks like the drone turned into an octopus. Anyways.
It just looks like the bottom to me.
No. Look, it's even pulsating. Anyways, okay. The Lings were scouted. The pylon has blocked out the hatchery, so Pet would have at least have to go to his third to get that done. Or down, rather. And Stork has had advance notice. Unfortunately, you know, he had kind of advance notice on Frost too, but Frost is a map where you can wall off, and he just barely was able to.
Oh, you can't do it,
Gettysburg. Nope. Nope. But that's clever.
That's clever to buy time, and he needs that because he needs to get more buildings down. Like another pylon needs to finish in the main. I would almost argue he needs another pylon over there too, but Pet a bit stalled out from it. Oh, he's got a zealot out.
Is he
He's
gonna
got a
have
couple
enough?
probes full. He needs to build one more building.
He does have enough. Ooh.
Ooh, is this one zealot gonna be enough to hold though? Not if it has to reach out for those lings, unfortunately. So the gateway still could be in danger.
Oh, Jesus. Well,
He really wants to
this
take a
is
fight
tricky,
here.
But
He needs to almost take a fight here.
yeah, I think Stork's got this. Now, of course, his Nexus is heavily delayed. Just he has to get another 400 minerals here, but... Oh, no. Oh, whoopsie. Letting the Lings go in here. They might get a couple of probes in the main base, but a probe pool appropriately done should kill these. And if, like, really well done... Oh, and Photon Overcharge also does the trick, doesn't it? So that's no probes killed. One probe killed. And that was the scouting probe, pretty sure.
Rip.
Yeah, nicely held. That emergency pylon right there was absolutely crucial. Otherwise, he would not have been able to get this full wall off. Now he has a full wall off. He can wait for 400 minerals to get a Nexus. And he's being pretty bold here, sending his units forward. And Pet did go for the similar speed timing and is getting a lot of Lings now. So, it's like a give and take. Like, these could die and maybe not do anything, although that's highly unlikely. But more likely, they can stop Pet from droning and just continue Stork's economic lead. Oh, he's even for the Militia Corps. And more units.
The Mothership Core is interesting because she does bring a lot of extra damage against particularly Lings, but will be driven off fairly easily by the Queen.
Oh, the Lings are going to go ahead and counterattack. Speed isn't quite done, though, so this is just... I mean, it's going to hit so late, and he really does need one unit. He's a probe there, in fact.
It's kind of risky to do, though. I mean, you don't really know what's coming, and yeah, unfortunately, catches him a bit off guard. So Zealot's on top of the natural base. Nothing. He's just giving up. Just take it.
Yeah, apparently. There are those lings going in. There is a probe, but it doesn't look like it's actually in position, is it? Oh, well, it won't last long either way. You
No,
need to put a
unfortunately
pylon
not.
down there.
Well,
Now
the mothership
his...
core being across the map.
Oh,
You can
there you
recall
go.
back home. Yeah, there we go. Gonna recall. A little bit worried about how bad this would get. I kind of feel with better preparation on both sides of this, neither player needed to take any damage, but Stork's ultimately going to be the one who feels a little bit worse for wear because of it.
Oh, I didn't realize his warp gate had finished. That's awkward. He's still building units out of the regular gateways.
Yeah, I had to double check that for a second and be like, he remembered to research that, right? Like, that wasn't a mistake.
Oh, this has turned into a bit of a ling all-in, though. Like, Pet did make a lot of lings to both defend and counterattack, so, you know, he still didn't have the nicest drone count even after 9 drones, or 9 probes went down. They're still pretty even. Of course, at this point, though, as Stork starts saturating his natural, Pet wants to be on his third. Oh, there it is! Speak of the devil. That's a lot of adepts. I don't know. Yeah, the lings can't take that on. Thinking about it, though, but especially with that mothership core around, not gonna happen.
Well, recovery process underway. I mean, really, he only did lose, what, a couple pylons at the end of the day. It really wasn't something that broke his back, but... Man, Stork just can't not take damage from Pet, it feels.
Yeah, he's almost always on, like, the brink of just fully holding and being like, wow, really great defense, and then something will happen, and I'll be like, oh, I guess that was an okay defense. Baneling Nest here, though. That is going to take care of the Adepts and whatever Zealots are still left over. It's not quite done, though. The Overlord, I believe, saw less attack, so he should just instantly make as many Banelings as he thinks is appropriate. But look at this typical follow-up, Dark Shrine again. Pet remembers what happened last game. Not gonna shade in there. Did scout all of those Banelings, though, and the best he can do here is just soak them all up.
If he splits a bit, this won't be too bad, but the transfer, I think, is what he's banking on. It's a little bit too close for comfort. Transfers into the main, but the same problem with the Baneling's going to persist. He's not splitting his Adepts, so they're taking the hits pretty hard.
He starts to a little bit there, so 4 are left over. 2 of them very, very low health, though. And not many drones are going down. Oh, about 7, probably 8. Is there a 9? There is a 9 to 9 on that worker's killed. But at the cost of his army, so Pet now has a chance to breathe here. Goes for his lair, but only as the Dark Shrine finishes. He won't have detection to roam around, and in fact, he still isn't getting Spore Crawlers. I don't think he has any idea. He's so focused on not dying to the Adept attack, he's forgotten what happened last game.
Okay, so just doing a little bit of science help here for while we get a second to breathe. Could you hit Control Alt F for a moment? Tell me what your ping is.
Control Alt F. Ping 213.
Okay, you have more than me, but for some reason I'm the one feeling the lag. Okay, figure that out later. Resub alert, thank you very much to .ktml. 7 months of resubbing to BaseTradeTV. 7 months of being an awesome human being.
This isn't quite game over damage, the lair did just finish, but this is some pretty bad timing on Pet's part. Oh dear God.
I don't think the GGs were even intended to do this much out of Stork. Goes from 9 workers killed up to 25.
Ooh, jeez.
Very quickly.
Oh, okay, that's probably game over then. Not that Pet will like tap out right now, but
He doesn't have any army to deal with this though, is the issue, right? Like even like, now the lings spawn, but it's still a little bit too late. How the lair might even go down at this rate, it's questionable.
Yeah. Third base might go down. A lot of things might go down here. Still only on one Overseer to split between the bases too.
He's gonna go with more warpins. I thought he was actually backing away to retreat. Nope.
JK. GG.
GG.
Alrighty then, I'm gonna fix this thingamajigger. Alert box.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot to mention that before the stream. I was fiddling with things and I didn't intend to reset the API. I just did. However.
Is that how that works? I forgot how this works. Well, it's not showing up. Oh, it's the wrong one, that's why. Whoopsie! This one.
Thank you to Dehumanizer, by the way, as well, for the 8-month resub. Says, hey, Rifkin. Almost time for our baby.
Oh. Oh.
Am I carrying it or are you carrying it? It's kind of awkward if you need to ask.
Me fix things good. Nope, not that one. You get to watch me fix things real well. Amazing. And then, I don't even know what that was. I need to start labeling things better. I did like a decent, I did like a really 50-50 job on labeling my sources. I think this is the alert box. It is.
By the way, while this goes on, update to the brackets. Looks like Cyan got a walkover over Arclight, and he goes on to fight against Neeb next. Armani and Gumio are sitting in that round 3 game. Hopefully their matches are being held, because I would certainly love to cast those guys next. But we do have this East match to take care of first.
Okay, I fix.
Welcome to the Base Trade Brigade, Base Trade TV.
Oh my god. You sub, amazing. Yeah. I fixed it all, and why are we not getting into the game yet?
Oh, lobby's up now. I'm just gonna join off of.
Good, so I can join off of you. I think that's about everything. Yeah, I'll change anything there. Or do I? I do.
Ooh, is this the right map? Pro League version of Present Time. I guess this doesn't matter. New Gettysburg is a pretty big deal we learned for the don't make the Kessler version of it.
Why, what was that one?
Geysers are different and you can cannon rush.
I must not have been there. I don't remember that.
Maybe it was during my solo cast then. But yeah, someone made the wrong version. It was going to be an issue.
Interesting. Well. Whoa, what is that name? Shit.
What are you trying to read?
The Hangul. But I haven't slept and it's really difficult. But actually, I mean, usually it's like borrowed words, right? So you can read it. But this is actually Frozen Temple in Korean.
Oh, the name of the map. Okay, I was like, what Hangul? Like, where are we looking at here? What are we talking about? But okay.
I don't know what this Hangul is on the
I'm
intro.
caught up.
Anyway, game number 3 now. On the bottom right is the blue Zerg. He is Pets.
And his on the upper left, going to be the red Protoss Stork. I was going to ask you really quick, is Stork, do you know, is he still on Samsung Galaxy? Is he still part of that team then, I guess? Or I don't actually know.
As far as I know, he's still player coach as well.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah. Man, Samsung Galaxy used to be... It was never a truly, I feel... It's not up there with, like, SKT and KT, you know? It's always been kind of like the middle love child, along with CJ and all these super old teams, like Winging Stars and whatnot, but I feel like it was... When it first got transferred over, right, from Brood War to StarCraft 2, it was like, oh my god, big deal. And now it's like, oh no, Samsung players have played in our tournament so for a long time. It's not just a big deal. This is usual. Although, to, you know, Solar and whatnot has not been playing as much, we've always had Armani, who I thought retired, by the way. That's why he didn't show up at the monthly finals, but I guess still wants to have some fun every Tuesday night.
When did Armani... What? He retired? What?
Isn't he the one that didn't accept the invite for the monthly finals?
I don't know. That's why I'm asking. I'm getting caught up on this.
Were you not there for the monthly? Was I? Hold on,
I was not there for the monthly finals because that was the PAX day that got screwed
Oh,
up, and I've been
you're
left out of
right.
conversations regarding most of this stuff, so I don't actually know what we're talking about.
I'm gonna ask again. No, I completely asked the wrong question. Armani was the monthly new? That makes no sense. Armani was the one that gave up his monthly spot, right? Well, I'll get that figured out anyways, in case we do cast him. Because that's interesting. And we did plan on casting him, actually, because you asked for Armani versus Gumiho, which might be being held for us. It is ready to go, so I guess it depends on timing. Patience is 1 out, makes sense when you're this Patience, and PvP was Sign versus Neeb. That would have been fun to see. Darn. Oh well.
Well, the link's gonna come across the map, and so far in 2 games, 1 win, 1 victory, 1 loss. Pet's always managed to deal damage to Stork, and looks like there'll be no exception here.
Well, yeah,
There's
it wasn't
no defense.
it wasn't an early pool, but it was almost like the later Banshee. You just never expected. So he thought he was pretty well and good. He was starting to get his SimCity up on the front, but he did, you know, go for the Stargate, so he didn't have 2 gateways to put down immediately. Loses the pylon. Not such a big deal, just a little freebie there. And Pet's going on to his 3rd base and a lot more droning. His Overload's getting free scouting, by the way. I'll then shoot it down.
Or now he's a little focused on these lings, of course, turning around trying to pick up another probe. Not bad. I mean, this is such a non-committed amount of lings. Getting some nice damage, but more importantly, some great scouting. Sees the Oracle too, so it's not even a question of like, what's he building that Stargate? What's the timing on it coming out? Spore cores actually start up immediately, and there you have it. Stork will get across the map and probably find a couple of kills with this Oracle, but he's not going to be able to sit on top of one of those mineral lines, that's for certain.
No. The mass amount of lings coming out here, mass being like 20, that is still enough to cancel if 3rd base of Stork was going for one, which he's not quite yet, but there's always that chance the Protoss reaches for it while they have a little bit of map control going for him. Stork playing, of course, you know, until he gets those 2 gateways at the very least, because while one adept in a mineral line over here with a pylon can take care of things, it's not going to take care of this early of a ling flood. So Pet, he doesn't get this cancel that I think he was looking for, or a couple free units either, but they still are going to be able to patrol around and make sure that Stork really has to be careful about taking his 3rd base while he makes up for the lack of droning right there.
Well, a little scuffle in the middle of the map, chasing around. This link's still not really getting killed. Just kind of splits up his forces and goes right on back to business as usual. Doesn't want the Oracle to pick him off.
Yeah, the Oracle gave up on that. I'm gonna go do other things, better things. I'm not sure what things, but better. He does want to see if there's roaches, of course, on the way over. This is not just for drone killing or even necessarily for revelation, although that is going to be the best scouting you can get. It's also just a straight up scout while you have nothing else on the field. So it sees no roaches, it sees no further ling flood, and Stork knows that he needs to get this 3rd base down, and probably can now that he has a couple of sentries. Overlord's going to be made here into a drop Overlord.
Oh,
like
it's almost in plain sight,
right?
too, right? Like, oh man.
Look at this, look at this. That's going to be very annoying to clean up. Should not be devastating damage, but maybe 5, 6 probe kills? Depends on how fast he's going to react to it.
It's incidentally, accidentally very sneaky.
Hopefully, okay.
I think he's looking for Overlords with the Voider right now, kind of like tear him with the Viking, but it's not going to work. Lings in the main, by the way, already surround those adepts before they finish warping in.
Awkward.
Thank God Protoss don't take bonus damage from warping in anymore, am I right?
Ha, that was a good change. Yeah, 5 probes, maybe even 7. He's getting to the natural here. Oh, no, actually. Those probes are bosses, and those links were already low, so a total of 6 go down. His 3rd base is still about up, though, and he's not at a terrible probe count. In fact, he's going to look for a little bit of revenge here. Very bold move. If there were Ravagers already prepared, this army would just be totally Shrek'd, but there's not. Just a handful of roaches, which the Void can certainly help take care of. There's the Ravagers now. This is a little more committed than I think Stork really wants to be. He doesn't have a Mothership Core here, and there are sentries that can just die.
He's going to get the Void with the Corrosive Biles.
Oh,
there we go. Pops off. That was a lot of damage that now no longer he has to worry about. But still, until those 12 roaches spawn, he doesn't have that much to fight with, so he can't really lose that queen. Backs away, makes another Ravager. Sport Crawler, I'd love to see that moved onto that front line, but these Corrosive Biles are hitting. We don't normally see many Corrosive Biles hit, but Stork has landed almost every Corrosive Bile in this fight.
I'm pretty sure that Zealot got 6 out of 8 of these drone kills, by the way. It was like one Zealot in the mineral line going ham. Oracle can take on a couple of Ravagers, and would be worthwhile use of its energy, but it just ran out. A little too bad. Should be able to save it. Ah, Stork, no, there we go. So that could have been a cleaner defense for sure by Pet, but he still ends up holding at the end and can now re-drone, and even go for a 4th base since he has enough minerals here. Changes his mind, goes from a Hydralisk Den to a Spire. Now Stork did open up with a Stargate so he can start Phoenix production if he ever does scout this, but it's only one, and that's usually not a ton. And still, you know, remains to be seen if Pet's going to dedicate to the Spire or not. Pushing in here against 2 Immortals, I don't know. It doesn't really work out that well.
Push to the top of the ramp. Might be getting a little bit overzealous. I mean, the Roaches could easily be dealt with those Immortals if Mike heard correctly, but we don't see a lot of Warp Prism dancing going on right now. Ling's coming to that front line too, going to try and get the surround and absorb those hits. The Immortals can't focus fire even though they want to. Not until those Lings are gone. And there we go. Starts picking up with that Warp Prism and keeps that Immortal alive. Very low on health, and Pet's army has been stalled out.
He has a lot of Lings reinforcing though, and he just cut all of the Zealots out of the equation. So these Immortals, not to help against the Lings. A Photon Overcharge certainly is, and they do scare away the top side of the army. The bottom side that was reinforcing decides not to, or maybe decides to consolidate, or maybe just can't decide what he wants to do, but he is getting at least a 4th base, and the Spire's almost done. And he's been banking quite a lot of gas, at the very least, and a good number of minerals here. And I don't think Stork's even thought about scouting for some time. Not since he attacked with the Oracle and the Void Ray. Okay, well that Void Ray is going to be useful. Takes care of that Job Overlord finally. Cannon down here seems to be pretty useful.
Well, the attack in the mineral line will be stalled out. Again, Zealots are here, Archons here, ready to go. The Immortals from earlier still alive. Pet just getting kind of wrecked as he runs away from this.
Yeah, this has been some pretty sloppy attacking.
It's like a really bad job at running away from it, if we're going to be honest.
Yeah. Definitely needs to get to these mutas too. Like Ling Roach, especially when it's not getting that well upgraded quite yet, is not working against Immortal Void Ray Archon. Warp Prism flies right into the mutas, unfortunately, so it might get a queen. It's going to ultimately die. Looks like this Observer was way too late to the party. Oh well. If the mutas were at least seen before they just attacked his Stargates, so he's starting to produce Phoenixes, but again, 1 Stargate is not that much production. These are the rest of the mutas. Already up to 19, about to be up to 24.
Yeah, this tech swap was really uncalled, I guess. And even though the Phoenix start producing now, it might be a little late. Mothership core gets picked off, and the pylons don't seem to matter. Peck can come back home with these mutas, though. He doesn't need to dedicate. Truthfully, 3 Archons for anti-air is not much. He could easily take this on and stop the Immortal push, but instead he's trying to insinuate a base trade, and I don't think that's the way you need to go about it.
Doesn't have to be. You're right. And if he's going to go for a base trade, I really wish he would look for that Stargate just to make sure there's not a sneaky, you know, 10 count of Phoenixes hidden somewhere. Now going for the pylons. I still have a couple of Stalkers and a couple of Phoenix too. I don't know. Pet might still lose this. Starting to lose a lot of mutas. Almost did. Almost lost like 3 of them there. It's still 22 though to 3 Stalkers and 3 Phoenix and a Void Ray. Of course. I was going to mention that Void Ray. He's bleeding out.
He's bleeding out real bad.
I mean,
couple Phoenix go down to Glaive Worms if nothing else. Given that chase into the natural, kind of gets baited on top of cannons, but more mutas coming from behind. A bit of a surprise, but still kiting for his life. Stork with those Phoenix unfortunately finally go down. Had 2 health for the longest time.
Yeah. It's unfortunate. If he was able to get to 7 Phoenix all together, a lot of these mutas would be dead, and Mothership support, cannon support would have been able to save Stork here. But if the mutas are alive, that means 4 Archons have got to take care of them. And they're going to have a tough time chasing them, first and foremost. Good news is that Stork did do a very good job cleaning everything up over here. I wasn't really paying attention to it, but everything was blinking on the mini-map. Pet certainly has enough minerals to replace it all, though, and he might be looking to replace it in Stork's main base.
Third.
Pick somewhere. There you go. He could put it in the main base as well, just to make sure that it had some choke to fall back to. He could even send one over here, and make sure that Stork could never take care of all of his buildings.
Well, looks like Pet's about to take the series. I mean,
like
if Stork wins...
It looks like he's gonna win the series.
It looks like it, but Stork, if he gets that building kill, man, like, what I was getting into there is he has killed the extractors that were randomly placed on the map. The drones are attacking. He's not considering that this is his last building going down right now.
This is that.
Like, this should have been Pet's game. But Stork takes the series.
I couldn't even hype that up because that was so not supposed to happen.
It was played poorly. I gotta be honest. I liked everything Pet did up until his decision making to stay in the base with the mutas. That's when he lost me. He had me on his side up until that one last moment.
Well, that's unfortunate. Really fortunate for Stork, of course, but Pet definitely had that game. That should have been his. Now we're going to go into Armani versus Gumiho, though, the game that we requested to be held. So before we do that, we gotta hop into a 2-minute break. See you guys soon.